With each passing year, it is becoming increasingly obvious that the CCP is accomplishing its goal of infiltrating the United States indigenously, and all the while perpetrators, the real threat to the American people, are let out on the streets and harm.
George Santos may believe that the CCP is a threat to the American people, but I can tell you that his fellow lawmakers think he is the real threat, and they're now forcing a vote to expel him. Welcome into TYT's Overruled. I am your legal analyst, Adrienne Lawrence. On Tuesday, California Congressman Robert Garcia got the ball rolling on pushing George Santos out of office. Yeah, that's right. This all comes in the wake of the congressman from New York facing 13 federal charges. Now the gentleman from California took to the House floor to announce his intentions.
I rise to give notice of my intent to raise a question of the privileges of the House. The form of the resolution is as follows. House Resolution 114. Resolved that pursuant to Article 1, Section 5, Clause 2 of the Constitution of the United States, Representative George Santos be, and he hereby is, expelled from the House of Representatives. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Garcia wasn't the only one to speak out. There were several members of Congress who recognized the hypocrisy of talking about crime while having someone crime right next to you. Melanie Stansbury of Michigan was one of them.
We're here talking about crime while one of our colleagues from across the aisle, who's been indicted on 13 criminal counts, is not only at large after being bailed out of a New York jail, he is walking around this Capitol voting, and the people of D.C. do not have representation in these halls. It's outrageous. It is absolutely outrageous.
Despite the vitriol for Santos' presence, well, the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, didn't seem to have that much of an issue with him remaining in Congress.
Look, I think the George Santos indictment is very serious. I also know in America you're innocent to proven guilty, but I don't want to sit around and wait. So what I would like to do is move this to ethics. I think I would like the House to take up this work and look at it, and if it rises to that occasion, then, because as we look to all these different...
All the while, the leader of the Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, well, he wasn't afraid to set the score via Twitter. George Santos is a serial fraudster. He blatantly lied to the voters in New York's 3rd Congressional District and won an election under false pretenses. It's time for him to be held accountable under the Constitution. That Constitution he's talking about is particularly Article 1, Section 5, and it holds this. Each House of Congress may determine the rules of its proceedings, punish its members for disorderly behavior, and, with the concurrence of 2/3, expel a member. At present, there are 222 Republicans versus 213 Democrats in the House. And so that means the Republicans have the upper hand, and they appear to loathe Santos, but not enough to give up an inch by changing their numbers. So that means that absent expulsion, well, Santos will remain in office until he either resigns or his term ends. And that's regardless of whether he's convicted. So do you think the Republicans are actually going to allow Santos to possibly serve from prison? You let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like and follow button, and thanks for watching.